Happy Easter. I'm Carrie Bradford, the Children's Director at Rising Hope Church, and I'm so excited about what's about to happen. But before we get started, I want you to know that Easter Jam is for everybody in your family. So teens, this is for you. College students, you too. And if you're a kid, get ready because we're about to have some serious fun. No matter who you are, Easter Jam is for you too. The only way to not have fun is to not participate. So look around. Is there anybody who's missing? If so, hit that pause button and get them now. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
So I have a theory that there are only two kinds of people in the world. People who love these things and people like me who just don't get it. I mean, how do you eat something this cute and grainy? So how does your family feel? Give me a thumbs up if you love to eat these things or a thumbs down if you don't. I see a lot of varied opinions just in my own family. But no matter how you feel about Peeps, you're going to love this game. Your family is going to face off in the greatest Peeps jousting competition of all time. I'll explain how it works and then tell you when to start. First, divide the room into 2 teams. Next, take 2 Peeps and assign them to a team. If you don't have any Peeps, no worries. Big marshmallows will work as well. Team A gets Peep A and Team B gets Peep B. You can come up with cooler names than that though, like Lord's Sugarcoat or Sir Sprinkles, or get even crazier. I came up with Captain Peep and Sir Sugar Pie. You can also use a Sharpie to decorate your team's Peep. A mustache, a shield, angry eyebrows, whatever suits your fancy. Have fun with it. Next, you need to prepare your Peeps for battle. Stick a toothpick in each Peep. Think of the toothpick as a joust, or a lightsaber, or a sword, depending on how serious your family is about the competition. Make sure the toothpick is facing toward the other Peep. Now, place your 2 combatants on a microwavable plate. No social distancing necessary. You want the Peep to be as close together and facing one another as possible. And now you are ready for the big event. Gather everyone around and put the plate in the microwave. Set a timer for 45 seconds. Don't worry, you won't let it run quite that long. And when you're ready, push start. The first toothpick to touch the other Peep wins. As soon as that happens, stop the microwave. Trust me on this one, families. So all right, let's begin the battle. Don't forget to snap a picture and post it to Rising Hope's Facebook page. Press pause now and begin. How did it go? Who in your family won? I cannot wait to see all of your pictures online. This was actually pretty fun, and mine turned out like that. I'm pretty sure that Captain Peep won. So, who's ready for another game? For this one, all you need is a laundry basket and socks. Lots of socks. Clean, dirty, it doesn't matter, as long as they have a match. If you need to go grab those things now, press pause and I'll explain the rest. Got your basket and socks? Awesome. Now choose 2 people to play and 2 people to be scorekeepers. To get started, dump all the socks separated from their partners on one side of the room. Don't worry, parents, those socks will make their way back to the basket real soon. Place the basket on the other side of the room. And when I say go, Players will grab a sock, go through the pile to find the matching one, roll the sock together in the shape of a ball or Easter egg, and toss them across the room into the laundry basket or Easter basket. The player with the most sock eggs in the basket at the end of the timer wins. If you don't have a scorekeeper, you'll have to keep track on your own. That means everyone is on the honor system, okay? So press pause now to get everything and everyone in position for the game. Everyone ready? Great. We are putting a 1-minute timer on the clock. The Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, and go! All right, families, let's all come back together. So who won the throwdown? I say that whoever wins gets socks. Just kidding. Grown-ups, maybe we can find a special treat for the winner. Maybe even one of these, or maybe not. I hope you are having lots of fun with your family so far. We're celebrating because today is Easter. And if you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. Today, we're going to talk about what makes it, more than any other day, a happy day. But before we get there, I know you have a lot of family and friends who would love to hear from you. To make that happen, I'm going to suggest a few options. Pause the video and pick one of these challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter. A bunch of texts from our crew saying Happy Easter and sending their love. Thank you so much, family. That's super sweet. And even though we are celebrating a little differently this year than we're used to, Easter is still happy. And it's not just because of peep wars or baskets or chocolate bunnies, although those things are pretty awesome. It's still happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet it's so simple. It can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, One of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow. I hear that story every Easter and it always amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. I like to think about it this way. I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. Take a few minutes as a family and add to this list of things you can do because Jesus is alive. How would you fill in the blank? I can because Jesus is alive. That was so great. I love conversations like these because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him with what's going on in my life right now. I hope that's true for you too. And I hope you spend the rest of the day making happy memories with your family. To get you started, here's one last challenge. For this one, you'll need to decide who the technology genius is at your house. At ours, it's my husband. Maybe for you, it's a step-parent or an aunt or an 8th grader. Either way, decide who that person is now. Got it? Awesome. As soon as this video is over, I want you to go outside and take a family Easter photo. You can be dressed up in your best or be wearing your PJs. It can be totally normal with smiling faces or silly with one of those filters that turns your face into a bunny rabbit. No matter how you do it, take a family photo and make it awesome. then share it and tag Rising Hope Church in your photos so we can see your Easter style. Maybe now, more than ever, this is a time to celebrate and remember God's faithfulness and the hope He gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy.
Day in history, death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. I stand in that place, free at last, meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Train.